Secret intelligence operations of we and we behind every battle, behind every strategic decision, behind every moment that shaped the destiny of humanity. Shadows were moving agents without names, codes no one could break, operations that had they failed could have changed the course of the world. Today, we step inside their universe, the world of secret intelligence operations during World War I and World War II, a world where truth was never what it seemed, and every message had the power to save or destroy entire nations. Chapter 1: The Birth of Modern Espionage in We. World War I didn't just redraw political borders, it transformed the way information was collected, analyzed, and weaponized. It marked the transition of espionage from a romantic pursuit of aristocrats to a hardened military science. The La Dame Blanche network, one of the war's most effective networks, was La Dame Blanche, formed by Belgian civilians who monitored German railway movements. No advanced technology, no sophisticated equipment, just eyes, courage, and loyalty. The network transmitted over 1,000 critical reports to the Allies. Some members were captured, others executed, but their intelligence changed outcomes on the front lines. The Zimmermann telegram, the message that changed the game. In 1917, the British intercepted and deciphered a shocking telegram. Germany promised Mexico territories stolen from the United States if it entered the war against America. The interception and cryptanalysis conducted by the legendary Room 40 directly contributed to the US entry into the war. One message, one breakthrough. A global impact. Chapter 2: Espionage between the wars. The interwar period became fertile ground for intelligence networks. Some foresaw the inevitable, others prepared for conquest. Services like Mi-6, OSS, Abwehr, and Enigma refined their methods. New practices emerged: advanced radio intercepts, systematic recruitment, strategic deception operations, industrialized cryptography. The world was preparing unknowingly for the greatest conflict in history. Chapter 3: The Intelligence Revolution. Germany's Enigma machine was believed unbreakable. Trillions of possible combinations, keys changed daily, and yet, it was broken. At Bletchley Park, mathematicians, linguists, and engineers, including Alan Turing, created the bomb machines, precursors to modern computers. Breaking Enigma shortened the war by at least 2 years. This was not just a victory of weapons, but of human intellect. Operation Double Cross. The British turned almost every German spy sent to the United Kingdom into a double agent. Operation Double Cross became a masterpiece of manipulation. Agents such as Garbo fed Germany false information, steering Nazi forces away from real Allied objectives, especially during preparations for the D-Day invasion. Without these agents, D-Day might have ended in disaster. OSS, the predecessor of the CIA, the United States created the Office of Strategic Services (OSS) to counter Axis espionage. Here, modern techniques were born: sabotage operations, agent training behind enemy lines, psychological warfare, coordinated missions with European resistance groups. OSS operations in France, the Balkans, and China became blueprints for the CIA's future. Women in intelligence services. The war's most dangerous missions often rested in the hands of women. Nancy Wake organized massive resistance networks in France. Virginia Hall, called the most dangerous woman in Europe by the Gestapo, operated with a prosthetic leg while leading clandestine missions thought impossible. Noor Inayat Khan, a radio operator for the SO, continued transmitting vital messages even after nearly her entire network was captured. They didn't always wear uniforms, but without them, many fronts would have collapsed. Operation Mincemeat. The War of Deception. In 1943, the Allies needed Germany to believe that their invasion would not target Sicily, but Greece. They planted forged documents on a corpse set adrift on the Spanish coast. The Germans took the bait. It was one of history's most brilliant deception operations. The result? German troops were relocated hundreds of kilometers away. Sicily fell, and the war's end drew closer. Chapter 4: Legacy and Aftermath. The wars ended, but the tools of the spies endured. Computer technology, modern cryptography, intelligence analysis, clandestine operations all trace their origins to these conflicts. Today's intelligence agencies still rely on lessons learned in trenches, coding rooms, interrogation basements, and clandestine midnight meetings. This is the unseen story of the two world wars, a story of intelligence, courage, sacrifice, and necessary deception, of women and men operating on the razor's edge between life and death. They didn't always fire weapons, but they changed the world in silence.